All right, so we've been out of town for a few days and we came back and one of our really broody hens is sitting on a whole clutch of eggs. So as you can see, I don't know if you can. Anyway, I'm emptying my emptying my pockets from eggs, and we got quite a few, and she really insists on sitting on these eggs and hatching them out. So I'm pretty confident that she's been sitting on them non-stop for the last 4 or 5 days or so. So we've decided that we're going to go ahead and put them in the incubator. Let's see how many we have here. Put them in the incubator and see if we can't hatch some of these eggs out. So we've got exactly 2 dozen.
Setting up this incubator, and one of the important things is that this part here is run by this. It moves this back and forth, which turns the eggs for you. And then the other
this
part,
little thing right here rotates.
yeah, and
and
turns those eggs.
Slides this back and forth.
Now the other part, it's got a clear thing so you can see what's going on. But this is a fan for ventilation, and then this
is Maggie
is
who
a
wants
heater.
to help.
And if the heater's set at 100 degrees, that's what you want it on all the time. But underneath this tray is these slots. And what they told me was to fill slot 1, which is the biggest one, and that will bring your humidity up to between, wasn't it 60 and 70%, I think? I think it's 60 and 70%. And then a few days before they're gonna hatch, which is 21 days later, you're gonna fill the rest of these too. So it gets really humid just before they're gonna hatch. So we're gonna fill this number 1 slot, and you don't have to be too precise. Good thing, because I'm a hack. Now you see that whole slot all the way around that track is full up, and then a little bit actually. So we're going to check this in a few days, and if that goes down, we're going to top it back off again. But slot number 1 is full. That's how it's going to be for most of the time, and I believe 2 or 3 days before it's done, you're gonna fill all those slots. All right, this is ready, hon, if you want to put the eggs in place. And since we don't have a ton, I just put a couple in each slot.
Yeah, we got all of these today. We've been out of town for 4 or 5 days, and we came back, and our broody hen, has been sitting right on this batch of eggs, so we might as well collect them. We've got 2 dozen. We might as well just see what we can get out of them. Why not? We haven't done this since this past spring, and
well, we got 1 red and 5 new one red rooster and 5 new red hens. And what we're looking to do is get back to
we've got a
reds
mixed,
only.
yeah, we've got a mixed batch of layers right now, and we really enjoy the reds, and they're a good dual purpose bird, I think.
Oh, so. They lay big fat eggs too. But see, this is a white one. We know this is not a red. Reds lay brown eggs always. But we figured we would hatch them anyways because we got other folks that are asking us for hens, so we'll give away the ones we don't want.
Yep. And this has been a really good incubator for us.
I bet you that's a red right there. Look at the size of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good incubator. It's almost foolproof. We get about 75% of the eggs we put in here. Usually.
Quite often we get close to 100%.
Well, that was back when we had a bunch of roosters, don't forget. Now we only have a few. What's
right,
on that?
I mean, you don't want to wash them, that's for sure. But we can scrape that off. Yeah.
How many eggs is that there?
Dirty, but
We really don't have that many
2
more.
dozen. Exactly.
I think you can put, 40. So if we get 16 more eggs tomorrow, whatever we get tomorrow, I'll stick in there too by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then that's it. It's off to the races. So if you'll take that, honey, I'll get the cover on this thing and get her started. We need this cord to run through here.
I think it's a great incubator.
I don't even
We've
know the
had
name of
really
it,
good luck. Well, I think it's an incubator.
Well, that's the thing. Hoverbator.
Hoverbator.
Incubatorwarehouse.com. We don't get paid by these folks. We bought this with our own money. But it's worked well for us.
Yeah, it was affordable. It was kind of the middle of the road.
It's kind of,
As far as
it's
cost.
simple. You hook this thing in, that's the power to the heater. And this thing is the thing that spins it when you plug it in. You can
Hear it kick on.
You can hear it hovering in there. Now, where's the other cord? This one here needs to get plugged in too, doesn't it? Oh, this plug here.
So one runs the little arm in there that rotates the eggs, and one runs the control center here.
Incubator temps at, it says 65 degrees is the humidity. The temp set at 100. Right now the temp is 70 degrees. So that'll be going up rather quickly. Maggie, get down. She remembers what this does. It makes little chirping birds.
Yeah, she gets excited.
Now, the only thing left to do really is to mark 21 days on the calendar. We know today's the 1st. By the 22nd of September, they should be hatching. So we'll be keeping an eye out a day or two before. And the tricky part is they'll start hatching, and haven't had real good luck after 24 hours of them starting hatching of things living. So you're better off when they start hatching, count 24 hours. Whatever's hatched at 24 hours, take it out.
Them start off the hatching process and then can't finish.
Yeah.
You know, they just can't finish the job.
Almost always, the first couple nights, you have one or two that die, and then the next week another one will die. You know, they die.
Well, I just mean in the hatching process.
Yeah.
Like they just don't make it.
They don't make it.
And then people are tempted to like open up the box and
Yeah.
try to help them. If they're not strong enough to hatch it themselves out, they're not going to make it anyway, and then you're just compromising all the other birds in the box.
Sure.
You can't open this.
Well, what we
Once
do is
they
about 15, 16, 17 days, we take them out and we put them over the flashlight and just see. If you can see through them, if they're translucent at all, they are not fertilized eggs. If they are growing a bird inside, you will not be able to see through it. So if you have translucent ones, it's time after 15 or 16 days just to throw them out. But you got to do that quickly.
Once you get to the hatching process,
Yeah.
you can't open this
Don't
box.
open them. Don't open them until, like I said, let them hatch for 24 hours. Give as many of them the chance to come out in 24 hours. But at 24 hours, pop open that cover and take them all out, whatever's live, and put them in with the shavings and a heat lamp, because they want to be about 95 degrees for the first week or so.